You see, when you go crazy, when you lose your mind, when you become something or someone that you thought you'd never be, it breaks you free of the grip that this reality has on you. It breaks you free of the perceptions that are holding you hostage inside of a small identity, inside of a small self, and you're unaware of it. You're unaware of it. It's only when you start to lose your mind and become something other than what you always thought yourself to be that you see the grip that the stories had on your sense of identity. You see the grip of Maya, the illusion, how it's keeping you in bondage, keeping you imprisoned to this reality and to a small sense of self because we are the whole thing. We are the whole thing, pretending to be a small thing, a one thing, an identity, a person. And what keeps that together, holds that identity together, has a lot to do with how we interact and who we believe we are in reference to our external reality. Who we believe and who we've been believing and who we've been taught to believe that we are in regards to who we are in the world. It has to do is not just how you perceive yourself, it's the perceptions that the external influences have um, taught you to see yourself as an identity for the purpose of, you know, the game of consciousness of breaking free and liberating oneself from the small self. I forgot what I was going to tell you in this video. I need to remember that because thoughts just be coming and going these days, and I can't grab them back unless it want to be grabbed back. What was I gonna name it? Shit. If I watched the beginning of the video, I remember. Anyway, um, yeah, you have to break free of the grip of the small self, the small identity, who you are in reference to the external, of how people see you. Because once you, once if people see you, first of all, people see you as crazy immediately. It's just like you're out of the perception range of any story they could try to put you in now, any box they could try to fit you in, any mold they could try to put you in. You're out of it. And that's what breaking free is. Well, I don't say the whole thing because I'm still on this journey, but that's a big part of it. Yeah, it's about breaking free from the mold, and then you just you look around, you see a different world, and the world sees you different, but you don't care because you know everything I desire everything I want, everything I wish for, everything I ask God for, I still get. Nobody had the power to reject me, take anything from me that was meant for me. Nobody ever did. And I just believe they did. And it took me losing my mind and then fearing other people's perceptions of me and how I would be received, and being forced to let that go for my own mental health. And that's that's the part where people, go crazy and don't aren't able to reground themselves back into um like how I'm talking. I'm able to conceptualize what I'm experiencing like this. Some people, I guess I feel like they become so identified with the perception of how the world is seeing them, and then they identify with it, and then they become this person on the street that's always mad and paranoid because they've taken on so many perceptions and believed them. See, you can have all that stuff, you can see all that stuff, you can see and experience how other people perceive you, but you don't have to absorb it, because that is what's going to take you down mentally. If you absorb other people's perceptions of you, when shit start going down, then you become that. You become what you believe you are. And if you believe you are what other people say you are, you become that. And I go back and forth between it, but you start to learn how to protect yourself, protect your force field, protect your mind from the perceptions of the outside world, or you become mentally damaged from them. That's why in the last Matrix 4, Neo, he has the therapist that says that is trying to make him believe that he's losing his mind. See, if you quote it, you quote it. And the therapist is like, he's not even with him like in certain moments of the movie, but then Neo have flashbacks where he starts to get disoriented, and he hears the therapist in his head saying, you're crazy, you need to take your medicine," and trying to convince him, because if he convinces Neo that he's crazy, then he believes it, then he takes away his power. He takes away his power to get out of the matrix, or to recreate the matrix, or whatever the hell Neo was trying to do in there. Escape the matrix. He takes away his power if he can get Neo to believe that he's crazy. So now you see the symbioology. Spirit don't, it talks to us in movies, in everything around us, in old TV shows we used to watch, old kid cartoons. Spirit was always talking to us. And those of us that know, we know, we know. Those are messages. Those are messages. It ain't just willy nilly. Oh, this a movie about the no, this shit real. This shit real. Anyway, back. Yeah. So, is there really anything else to say? Let me say, Matrix, the symbiotic. Yeah, it's a level of, it's the old reality try to pull you into a state of, I would say, delusion, or to believe that you're delusional. That's the thing. That's how they take your power away. When shit start to go down, they can make you believe that you're crazy, and you're crazy in the sense of how the world sees crazy. They don't even know. First of all, if you've never experienced it directly, you're going based off what the world taught you that it was. And then the ego gets crushed because it finds out that it's not what it thought it was. So it has to suffer all the judgment that came with having a perception of something, but not knowing what it was from direct experience. And most of us have done that purposely, or most of us have done that unconsciously. Like you see a person on the street doing some weird shit, and then you think something about them. You sent something out into the universe unconsciously. You didn't know it. But when it comes full circle, and then you have to experience something like that, but then you start to feel those perceptions that you sent out coming back to you from the outside realm. It's stuff that you sent out. It's stuff that you sent out knowingly or unknowingly. This is why the Bible says not to judge. Because everything, including say our mouths and what we think, comes back to us. Full fucking circle. Yeah, I forgot where I was going with that. Neo, perceptions. Yeah, absorbing the perceptions of others. Mm, yeah, but the key is if you can see yourself beyond the perceptions, beyond, what the world is telling you you are or how you are. Because if they haven't directly experienced it, how would they know? That's what they've been taught. That's what they've been programmed. It's not the truth. And the ego is afraid of it because it's been sending out some crazy shit. And it know it gotta come back. Because if I'm the one that's going crazy now I'm thinking of what everybody thinking me because I was thinking of somebody in a certain way that looked a certain way because I didn't know better. And if we knew the effect that our perceptions had, that's why it says, Bible says, Father, they know not what they do because we don't, and yeah, until it comes back, then we like, oh shit, and then the whole time you've been deceived into believing that you were that it was something outside of you or that you were hurting somebody else, and really the whole time you've been hurting yourself unknowingly. And that's why the devil is a liar, because the devil will try to convince you that to do something to somebody else, but it's only so he has access to hurt you. Isn't it? He don't care about you know hurting the other person. He care about getting access to hurt you. But once you do that, he get full permission to fuck with you. He get full permission, and it ain't you gave him access for doing what you did. That's why the devil is a deceiver, because he always deceiving the one whose ears he's whispering to tell to do some sick or some fucked up or unconsciously do some shit. He's deceiving you because he want access to your soul. This video about 14 minutes, but I mean it's real shit. So I watch my favorite readers. They be like 25, 30 minutes, and I'll watch them. So I'm gonna just keep going to see if there's, because it's coming out in bits and pieces. That's why I made the part one, and then I needed to make this part two. Yeah, that might be it for this round. I might make a three. If something else come to me, if you have any questions, just hit me up. Peace. I wish you grace, unshakable faith, and just trust God the whole way through, because He gonna see you through. Always, always, always.